I'm not gonna lie, chat. I'm not gonna lie. Uh, this video in particular was blowing up on my feed so much, bro. I kind of just wanted to know what this drama was, about. I kind of had to see this video, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like this story that she's about to tell us, though, it's probably about to be pretty bad. Like, this is probably about to be so bad to the point where, honestly, like, it's probably about to get her career ended based on what she said, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. This is about to be like a crazy story. This is a longer one too, by the way. This is by yeah. If you guys know the rumors about what's going on, bro, don't spoil anything. I haven't seen the video yet. I honestly wanted to watch this for myself to see what's going on. And yeah. Yo, Syllabus, what's good, bro? How you doing? What's poppin'? All right, let's watch it. Let's watch it, bro. Let's watch it. Hold on. Oh, by the way, chat, I have hood on right now. It's valid that I can keep my hood on right now because my hair's looking like pretty atrocious, so I'm gonna keep my hood up. Keep my hood up. All right.
So, I mean, you guys can probably tell, but today's not gonna be a normal stream. Not gonna, watch videos or play games or anything today.
Yo, people,
I kind of just have a bunch of stuff that I wanted to talk about, and then I'm probably just gonna go offline after. But yeah, it's I mean, you guys know, I've been streaming for 10 years. Last week was kind of the first time that I ever really spoke about a topic or something that happened to me. And honestly, I'm really glad that I did, and I'm proud that I did. And I feel like I have to see it to its conclusion, if that makes sense. Not just for myself, but in a way, I kind of feel like a lot of people are involved because it doesn't just affect me. So that's why, sorry about my voice. I'm very, very nervous in case you can't tell. But I knew that this stream had to be done today, so yeah.
What's this?
Pretty much,
this is pretty much a video about what's been happening to her for the last 3 years behind the scenes, and she's pretty much about to explain everything. This has been on my recommended page on YouTube, Instagram, Twitch, like everything, bro. It's like an hour long, so I'm not gonna pause it for too much longer. But honestly though, I kind of want to see her side and what she was saying about, what was going on in her life, behind the scenes, bro. Also appreciate that freaking, thank you for the gifty, bro. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. So yeah, this is gonna be like, I'm not even gonna be talking as much, bro. I kind of want to hear what she got to say, though. I'm not gonna lie. I don't want to pause it too much. It's way too long to. Yeah. Okay.
We'll get started. Not stall too much or anything.
I gotta mute that. Holy. Come on, bro. I can still hear it. Okay, y'all can't hear it, but I can still hear it. Please, don't donate anymore, bro. Don't donate anymore, all right? Please.
I know there's a lot of people here who don't normally watch, and if you're wondering, yes, I do normally run 20-minute intros. And yes, my community at least claims that they like it. I think that they like it. I like playing songs for you guys, but anyway, yeah, anyway. We don't like it. Okay, well, whatever.
Yo, what's good, Apple, man?
I'm probably gonna stop reading chat now as well, but I mean, you guys are free to.
Okay, explain.
Obviously,
what's going on, bro? What's going on? Yeah.
Ooh, so yeah, like I said before, it's been a pretty crazy week, and a lot of things have happened since the last time that I streamed in relation to what I talked about last week, the whole TwitchCon incident. Some other things happened that kind of pushed me to talk about a lot of things that I want to talk about today. So as you can see, I wrote out my notes, and not only that, I have even more notes.
Oh my gosh. She has like tons of notes on her right now.
Yeah,
this
if
ought
it
to be a
seems
lefty
like
one.
I'm like reading a script or something, it's because I wrote super detailed notes because I wanted to make sure I didn't miss anything.
What's poppin'? Oh, this about to be spicy, child.
Okay. So,
Let's let it all
I think
out,
everyone
bro. Let's let it
knows
out.
about last week, the stuff that happened at TwitchCon. I was assaulted, and the guy was
Wait, what? She was assaulted? By who?
able to leave the venue, basically. Okay, so like intro, first thing that I want to talk about is I did see the Twitch tweet that I believe went out yesterday. I was literally in a Discord call with my friends, and they were like, "Did you see that Twitch apologized to you?" And I was like, "Wait, what?" So yeah, basically what I'm trying to say is they put out that tweet. I was never apologized to privately. They put that out without like consulting me or anything. I didn't know that they were gonna do that, so that was yeah. I mean, I'm glad that, you know, they're trying to like take some level of accountability, but there's a lot of things that they didn't mention in the tweet that I feel like should have been mentioned. But anyway, more stuff's been happening behind the scenes.
I mean, she has a lot she has to say.
I want to say
she has out like
that
literally
last week,
papers full of
everything
stuff
I
that she wants to
said
talk
on
about.
my stream was accurate.
Let's
obviously.
hear her out, bro. Let's hear her out.
Obviously, except for one thing.
I'm here to listen.
I was wrong about one thing. I was going over the tweet that Twitch initially put out, where they're like, "Oh yeah, this thing happened to a high-profile creator. You know, police were on site. We're cooperating with law enforcement investigations." What I was wrong about was they were not cooperating with law enforcement investigations. I found that out on Monday when I got a phone call from the San Diego police, and they were talking to me, and they basically said, "Hey, we can't really do anything right now because they apparently know the name of the guy, but they're not giving it to us until a warrant goes through." Which, if you know anything about that stuff, it usually takes a while.
I don't.
Even you know, if it's expedited, which it was being expedited for me, but it still takes a lot of time. And they're like, yeah, they're refusing to give us the name, which as far as I'm aware is like a very common company thing, where they'll be, you know, they don't want to give out names of potential people involved in crimes, because then like that person could maybe like sue them for giving their name to police. I don't know, something like that. That's what my lawyer said. But basically they were Twitch was trying to make sure that the guy that assaulted me didn't sue them, which meant that the police were not able to work on the case right away. So yeah, I got a call about that on, I believe it was Monday, from the San Diego police. They were like, yeah, we're working on a warrant,
crazy.
but like right now, that's like all we can really do, but like we're trying our best, just like want to let you know, we're gonna keep in the loop and everything. I was like, okay. I was very frustrated because I was like, damn, like I didn't know that on Saturday. I would have said that if I knew. And then I believe it was the next day, there was someone who, I don't know if they were a viewer or if they were just someone who like knew of the situation from social media. They contacted my manager, and they basically told her that at their place of work, someone came into their work who matched the description of the guy, and this person was saying like, oh, I'm, you know, traveling to Texas, and I caused like quite a stir at a TwitchCon, and this person like, you know, reached out to my manager, reached out to police, San Diego police interviewed them. But basically what I'm trying to say is, because all this stuff was delayed, this guy was able to get really far away from San Diego, allegedly, And this whole time, my manager was like, basically like begging Twitch, like, dude, like, please give us his name. Like, we don't know who this person is. Like, for all we know, he like lives around.
Bro, why is
where Emmy and
everybody
her
in chat
roommates
saying
live.
F Twitch?
Like, I can't like help her if like I don't know who this person is, and they were refusing to do it.
I'm so
But
lost right now.
after that tip from the person who said that the guy came into their workplace and was talking to him,
L Twitch.
my manager demanded the info from Twitch. So they did end up giving it to police, but not my manager, as far as I know. She still doesn't. Yeah. So
That's crazy.
the investigation's still going on, but it's like been a huge mess because of all of the delays and like refusal to work with the police. And yeah, it's ongoing. I can't like say too much about it. Like all this that I'm saying, obviously I like ran by my lawyer and stuff. And I do want you guys to know that Melissa has been making
Take care,
sure
man.
that
Take care.
you know, me
Have a
and
good
my
one.
roommates, who are obviously
Good luck in
other
your studies, bro.
pretty well-known girl streamers, that we have been safe here, paying for like security stuff, making sure we're protected. Again, my manager's been taking care of that all on her own. Twitch did not offer anything like that. And yeah, that's
Bro, she's like
where it
mad
is
nervous right now, bro.
pretty much.
Like really nervous.
I can't say like too much about what, you know, me and my lawyer are doing, but my hope is really that there's some kind of like public resolutions that people who like have seen this and like know about everything that's happened can feel better about it. Because like I said, I don't feel like it's just about me. Like it could have been anyone that it happened to, like a small streamer who's not as lucky to have the resources or like, you know, the reach that I have. So it's very scary and yeah, just very, very frustrating. And yeah, I don't know where that's gonna go. I'm sure that, you know, they're probably, I would speculate, not very happy with me for talking about all this, but I feel like it's not fair to keep it hidden from all the people who literally had to witness it because of Twitter and Reddit and all these things. I mean, I'm not complaining about that, obviously. You guys know I was super grateful that the guy posted it, got, you know, spread around so that I didn't have to
Real
figure out how
chat.
to talk about it myself. But yeah, I'm just it's a lot. It's been really heavy this week, but obviously I've been getting a lot of support from my friends and other streamers, and obviously my manager, the people that I work with, my employees and such.
Who is that girl?
This girl
Yeah.
is pretty much she's a Twitch streamer, bro. If y'all haven't heard of her, she's a Twitch streamer, Melissa, aka I think it's her name is Imura or something like that. But she's pretty much spreading all the news that's been going on behind the scenes for the past 3 years to her. Things that she pretty much wasn't able to speak up about in the past, and now she's pretty much making a point and bringing everybody in from the darkness to the light. So like, it's crazy, bro. It's about to be crazy. I'm only 10 minutes into. I don't know. I
don't want to just
Maybe.
let this be a thing that I think that they're hoping it just
Spies
blows
Eagle.
over and gets like swept under the rug. I'm not gonna, you know, go live every stream and complain about it, like, oh, you know, I got done dirty. I'm not gonna do that, but I'm gonna
She got
try
done
to
dirty,
the best of
huh?
my ability, keep you guys updated until there's like some kind of.
I need to know what
resolution,
happened,
you
bro.
know,
That's all I
so-
want to know. That's what happened.
Yeah, pretty
This video's been going viral everywhere on my
pretty heavy, intense
socials.
stuff.
That's why I'm watching it.
Yeah, it's been.
Yeah, Imru.
Sorry, I'm just looping myself now.
Oh, Leon, do you know who
But-
she is? W.
Yeah,
Did you
I
see
would
the video
hate if,
already?
like,
Don't
this
spoil it
kinda
if you
just-
have.
went away and people were like, oh, what happened? You know, I don't know. You know, am I gonna go to
Okay.
TwitchCon next year and, you know, like if something happens to me, it's gonna, you know, they're gonna try to hide it, basically. Yeah. So, there's that. Oh, Give me a second. I have some more stuff I want to talk about, but I'm trying to not rush myself because I'm trying my best to, like, you know, stay composed to the best of my ability, so that I can get to the information across accurately. Yeah, thank you guys. Thank you for, you know, support and stuff. Like, honestly, it's been shocking to me, because, I don't know. I guess, like, whenever things happen, I always just kind of expect the bare minimum outcome, if that makes sense. So, yeah, I've just been very, very thankful. Very thankful and, very grateful, and, I hope that, you know, whatever comes out of this makes other people feel better. But regardless, like I said,
I hope not, bro.
I'm
really
done
hope
with going to TwitchCon.
That would be crazy.
Probably done entirely with convention streams. I feel like it's just time, you know. And I think that's probably true for a lot of streamers. The climate has, you know, really changed. I've been on Twitch for 10 years, like, you know, I keep fucking repeating myself recently. And yeah, it's changed a lot, gone pretty big. And I think that's just, you know, the reality that you have to accept. But, you know, maybe it's not a bad thing, because, you know, you can go back to rotting playing games in your room. It's not so bad, right? Retirement? No. Not retirement. Definitely not. Because I'm the kind of person, I'll never give up. You're not gonna make me give up. So, yeah. Oh. Fortunately, I'm not done yet. Like I said. But just give me a bit.
What else she gotta say, bro? Bro,
really
yes,
gonna quit?
I can hear her
and
nervousness in her voice.
I don't think I'm gonna go to
she's
any
nervous.
other
I can tell
platforms
this is real,
because
and it's not like fake.
I mean, first of all, where would I go?
She's
And
like
second
mad
of all,
nervous.
I really think that, you know, this is something that was just, I mean, this is just me, you know, being optimistic, but I feel like it was just a case of, like, you know, we didn't realize that these things could happen.
On Twitch?
And we obviously don't want them to happen, and, like, you know, things will be better. And I mean, I'm not gonna leave you guys because of, you know, something that someone else did. I mean, yeah, there's, like, other places that, you know, I upload content, but Twitch is, like, really my home. That's why, through all of this, I feel like most people, you know, I mean, I did make a tweet, but, like, it was probably like 10% of what I needed to say. A lot of people make a tweet, make a YouTube video. That's why I've chosen to do all of this live and, like, raw, because it's just what I'm most comfortable with and what I've always done. So yeah. Oh, sorry, my, like, emotional voice is so ugly.
Bro, I'm about to cry.
Yeah.
She's crying. She's about to cry. This is probably, like, really bad. She's been keeping all this in for 3 years.
It's just crazy. I just
and
never
it's
thought
finally coming out. The truth is
things
finally
like this
coming
would
out.
happen, or I'd ever be doing a stream like this. It just feels very strange because it's just very out of my element. I've never really, like, for the most part, commented on drama or, like, self-inserted in situations, but I guess in this situation I'm kind of, like, stuck in the middle of it against my will. So it's like, if I don't do it, who else is gonna do it? I'm just gonna take a second. Sorry.
Take
Said that, like,
all
4
the
times,
time you
but
need, bro.
This is it's a lot. I hate drama streams. Me too, man. Bro, like, I could have come home. I could have
we could play
worked on
today.
beating Cinna and Clint's fucking Mega Bonk scores. Now look what I have to do.
Is she live
So
right now?
fucking
Hold
annoying.
on.
I had to cancel.
Is she? I don't think she is. I don't think she is. I don't think she. No, she's not live.
My plans. Which reminds me, I don't think there's gonna be a Halloween stream this year. I don't think that's realistic with kind of the vibes of things right now. But I mean, is anyone gonna be mad at me if I do like, you know, like a Halloween in November thing?
That's crazy.
Or I mean, there's always next year, right? I mean,
what did she do, bro? I mean,
yeah,
what happened to her?
Things happen outside of your control. So.
I really want to know.
Yeah. It's just crazy, but I mean, thank you guys for listening to me talk and complain.
Hey, I'm all here for it. Hey.
Okay. Yeah, I appreciate it. So, the next thing, at the end,
I don't know what really happened,
of
bro.
my
Why
last
would
stream,
you say you know what happened then? So you
I
never even
said
seen the
that
video
when
then?
I got home, I would be talking about some other things that I really, really did not want to talk about, but I feel like those things developing independently of their own from the TwitchCon incident have gone to a point where I kind of feel like I have no choice. So I've already seen a lot of people speculating about what I'm going to be talking about, and some people have been right, but even for the people who were right, they were only like 5 to 10% right. I don't think I've seen a single person online who knew or understood the severity of what I want to talk about today. And I want everyone to be aware that I've been handling the situation very seriously, and I've spent a lot of time thinking this over. And not only that, I've been in contact with a lawyer. I had them review everything that I'm planning to say today, because I wanted to make sure that if I was going to do this, I was going to do it right, because it's so serious. And
oh, I'm scared, bro.
I
What
feel
you
like
about
it's
to say?
gonna change things forever. And so today,
No, she's making me nervous.
I'm finally going to be opening up about and telling everyone
Come on.
Sorry, I swear I'm not trying to like make this dramatic or something. Like I said, I really wish I were not feeling like I had to do this.
Yo, Andy, what's good? How you doing?
Just give me some time. I'm gonna be doing a lot of I guess you could say like fourth wall breaking in a way, and talking about things that I thought would always be personal, and just, you know, I would just carry them myself. Today, I'm finally going to be opening up about the psychological and domestic abuse, stalking and harassment, sexual assault, and threats of blackmail that Ms. Kiff has done towards me, and some of these issues which are still ongoing. For the entirety of this year, I've attempted to separate myself from him and not talk about him at all, and not talk about this issue, and just not make it a public thing. I have never—
Wait, who's that? Mischief. I don't know who that is. Oh my gosh, this dude. This guy? Oh, I know who this is. Yo. That's crazy. He chopped. Bro. Yo.
I always tried my best to keep this to myself. But like I said, I feel like it's gone to the point, which I'll explain later, that I feel like it just has to be done. And I have always believed in not condemning people or starting drama online. So I'm sure a lot of people are going to be asking, why am I doing this and why now? And I would like to explain that before I get started so that people understand.
He made a video about it as well.
What prompted me to do this
Well, I want to
today,
hear her side first,
not
because, you know,
just on a whim
I
or
want to
something
see
like
what
that.
she's talking about, bro.
Okay, so, like I said, I took a lot of notes, so forgive me if I just end up reading off my notes. The first and probably most severe reason is that one of the rules that I set for myself a long time ago about withholding this information was that if I ever felt like somebody else was in danger or being hurt, I would then make myself speak about it. And 2 weeks ago, actually 3 weeks ago now, I was informed by 3 separate people, one of whom was present for said incident, that he had done something similar to something that he had done to me. And, to someone in LA at the end of September. And this person is not a streamer or content creator, but obviously that does not matter. And because of this, I cannot in good conscience sit here knowing that I know critical information about someone that almost no one else does and not say anything. I think that most issues and dramas should stay private and off the internet. And I still hold that belief to this day, and I will hold that belief going forward. However, there are certain things that cross the line, and I say that the line has been crossed too many times to be count. There's a point where I believe that people deserve to know. I think that at a certain point, if you know a lot of things about someone and you don't say anything to look out for others, it's wrong. It's wrong to keep it to yourself.
Hey,
I don't want what happened to me or what has happened to other people because of him to happen to other people. And I don't believe he will ever stop behaving the way he does. But regardless, yeah, like I said, one of the main reasons I decided to do this stream is to come out about all of this because I can't hold on to it any longer because it feels wrong to do so. And an honorable mention reason for why I'm doing this is that for a while, he has been indirectly threatening me through my friends and people that I work with. They've informed me that he said that if I ever talked about anything he did, he would try to create a smear campaign against me in retaliation. I was told that he even approached other streamers who were close with us back when we lived together, asking them if they would join with him, and they all refused. At TwitchCon, he approached one of my employees, threatening them and saying if I ever talked about him, he would destroy me. Multiple people have told me that his plan was to claim that I kill animals and that I killed my own rabbits, since I had several of my rabbits pass away over the course of 3 years while I lived with him.
Oh my gosh, bro.
I'm sure he's probably listening now, and it's probably going to come as quite a shock to him that this information made its way back to me and that I've known for months. But if you try to threaten me to stay quiet, especially using my poor dead animals,
TTS is off so I can hear this video.
Quiet.
This is a serious video.
So now that I've explained all the reasons why this took so long and why I made the decision to do this stream, I have a few more things I would like to get out of the way before I start talking about all of this.
Oh, you heard about this? Okay.
The way that I'm going to do this today is I'm going to run through everything from the beginning to the end. to try to get across the story as accurately and fully as I can. And, hold on. Hold on. I'm also going to be showing a few screenshots,
she got screenshots?
validating what
it's
I'm
over.
saying. I have more things, but this is what I felt
crazy.
comfortable using today. And,
This is
I will be running
absolutely
through those later.
diabolical, chat. Holy.
Another thing that I'd like to mention before I start is that
What
during
happened?
my statement, I'm going to be mentioning...
Well, we're 25 minutes into the video. I'm just gonna briefly go over. She's been going through so much stuff. I don't know who she. This is Melissa. She's a Twitch streamer, and she's been going through so much I guess you can say bad stuff in a way. And it's been happening to her from other famous Twitch streamers, and she's finally putting it out in the open, bro. After 3 years, a lot of bad stuff.
Directly the names of about half
Stuff that normally, can be taken to court for law and stuff, gets to be taken to jail, stuff like that.
a dozen other creators who were present for certain things. And I want to say that none of these people did anything wrong. I'm just
very terrible,
saying
bro.
that they were there, and I've asked all of them permission. They all said that it was fine to include their names, but I know this won't stop everyone, but I ask people, for the streamers that I mentioned, please don't go bothering them or asking them for more information. If there's something else that they want to say, they'll say it themselves, so there's no point to go pester them and bother them about it. There are also streamers who gave me permission to share things that they relayed to me privately, but asked me to redact their names, which I, of course, did. And the last thing that I want to make clear is that not every person that I interact with or that I'm friends with knew the extent of all of these things. And in fact, most of them didn't. And some of them didn't even know anything at all. I tried to keep things private with my close friends, but if anyone during the past year ever approached me asking questions, I didn't lie and I told them the truth. But, yeah, I don't want there to be some kind of witch hunt oh, you knew and this, no. A lot of people, didn't know everything or didn't know anything. Okay.
Take a breather, bro. Take a breather.
I think
that's crazy.
All that I have to get out of the way to start. So, this is public information. I initially moved in. Sorry. I'm still sick, like I said. Okay. This is all public, obviously this part. I moved in with him. I believe it was the end of 2021.
Oh, then she moved in
because he offered. I was living alone at the time, and I was having stalker issues in Kansas, and I mean, you guys know all the stuff that happened there. I ended up joining the org and everything. We did a lot of streams together, and I mean, a lot of people already know this, but I'm just gonna come out and say it. We started dating. We were in a relationship starting January 2022 after I joined OTK. I'm not planning to go into too much detail about the start of the relationship because it honestly doesn't really matter at this point. It's irrelevant now. The only things that really matter that you guys need to know for the story are that it was, one, an extremely private relationship. It was even hidden from friends and people in the org, but I mean, obviously people all eventually figured it out. They're not fucking stupid. And second, it was an extremely codependent relationship, which it's not the issue, but that's just, making that clear for details. He initially portrayed himself to me as someone who was very nice to girls and wanted to help me feel safe from stalkers. and wanted me to succeed as a teammate, and we grew very close over time, and I was very dependent on him for feelings of safety, social life, like my stream, my job, everything. So yeah, besides it being a very codependent relationship, the start of it was fine. I saw a lot of people mentioning this. They thought this was what I was going to talk about. It's not a secret. I think everyone who paid attention knew that he was very controlling over what I wore, to a degree, who I was friends with, and even when I would stream. So when it was definitely slow over time that bad things started happening. At the start, it would be things like, for example, he would throw bottles, like plastic bottles of liquid in it, not like glass bottles, at me, despite me telling him like I didn't like it and it scared me and I bruised very easily. He would throw his phone at me. I would tell him, you know, it scared me, I don't like it. And one time it even hit me in the eye, which caused me to get a black eye, but he always, you know, was like, oh, it's an accident, and I was like, oh yeah, it's
why
an
is he
accident.
throwing
like,
stuff at her in the first place,
of course
bro?
I'm not gonna think that, you know,
that's so dumb.
Yeah, I just, at the time, I just kind of was, you know, I just brushed it off, and
why are you doing
looking
that,
back
bro?
now, I feel like that was kind of the start of him testing my boundaries, if that makes sense. So that was already kind of starting to show signs within the first 6 months of me and him being close. And then,
and plushies.
Again, a very public situation. The end of 2022, the cover-up allegations happened. I mean, yeah, like I said, all that's public. You can find all that, see like what I said during that, everything.
Yeah, this is wild,
after
bro.
that happened, his behavior started getting a lot worse, which, I mean, I suppose it makes sense. You know, he was very stressed. A lot of stuff was happening, but the bad behavior was ramping up, and I feel like it's so apparent if, like, you know, you go back and watch anything from that time. I tried so hard to help him and be there for him because I really believed in him, and I wanted him to, you know, get better and get back on his feet and be the person that, you know, I always believed that he was. But that unfortunately did not really happen. For a long time, I think about 1.5 years from when that all happened, it was kind of like slow things getting worse. But I mean, honestly, I'm not even gonna bother going into the details of all of that because there's just too much to cover, and it's honestly kind of not really relevant to the rest of what I'm saying because the rest of what I want to say is a lot worse. There was a point where things really took a turn for the worst. Like, it felt like, you know, like a very delicate branch just kind of snapped. So, and again, a lot of people are like vaguely aware of this, but I'll explain it for people who aren't, you know, chronically tapped into all that stuff. So for a long time after the like cover-up allegations happened and he was like starting to kind of struggle on his stream, he never wanted to stream at the same time as me. Like, we really avoided it. And to me at the time it made sense because, you know, I was like, well, of course, like, you know, we share a lot of community members. If we're live at separate times, we're both gonna perform better, you know, it makes sense. But yeah, we were never really live doing the same thing at the same time for a long time. with the exception of like
I
things
can,
like
yeah, after
events or
this.
sponsors or like, you know, just special things.
Again. Yeah.
For a very long time, and a lot of you guys probably noticed that I would only usually stream on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. That was
3
because of
days a
him.
week? Okay.
And now I stream whenever I want. But the first time that we ever streamed at the same time was for the 2024 Rust Kingdoms event on Twitch. We were sharing drops, so it was the first time in a very long time that we were both going to be live at the same time doing the same thing, basically. I know you're probably like, what the fuck does that have to do with anything? But it'll make sense in a bit. So I'm live, he's live, we're both streaming, and like I said, you can go find all of this. This is public. There are clips of this. We're both streaming the Rust event, and I thought it was going really well. I thought everyone was having fun. I was like, oh, this is great. Everyone's, you know, doing the same thing at the same time. We're all hanging out. You know, we're gonna have fun. Like, I was really, really excited. And then I start seeing in my chat people start saying, unofficial Ms. Raid, and I'm like, what does that mean? And then I check my Discord messages, and he's messaging me. He's saying, like, Emmy, you know, I'm gonna kill myself. I waited, or I'm gonna KMS. I waited so long for this, etc.
Wait, what?
And
Wait, what?
basically, he was upset because I had higher viewership than him.
Oh my god.
That's literally it. I had higher
serious?
viewership than him. And like I said, this is during an event, so there were drops. Like, everyone knows when there's drops, like, it's not even fucking real, but yeah.
What's happening, bro? This is
he
a
starts messaging
situation
me, he's really
between
upset. I tried to
two
tell him,
different
I was
famous
like,
streamers,
you
bro.
should
And
come
it's
back and
involving
play.
lawyers
Everyone's having
and
fun.
court dates and
Everyone's,
stuff,
like,
bro.
wondering where you
It's
are.
crazy.
But yeah, he ended his stream, and then
He ended his stream,
still
bro.
live, you know, trying to act like nothing's wrong.
Because she had more viewers
And
than him.
in that house, I had a
Aren't
glass
y'all,
door,
like, a
so I could
couple?
like see
Like,
this was happening. He was walking behind
shouldn't
me,
he be happy?
making sure that I knew he was there. And by the way, so there were many ways out of that house if he wanted to leave the house that were closer to his stream room. He intentionally chose the door that was right by my room. I feel like that's pretty apparent, at least to me. He starts walking behind my stream and slamming the door so loud that my noise gate can pick it up. So even people on my stream are able to hear this is happening. And he
This guy's
slams it so
crazy.
hard and so many times that the front door literally broke. The lock did not work anymore.
Nah, this is not
It
my
didn't work for
ASMR,
months,
bro.
and it would just
This is
make
something
this
serious,
horrible
bro.
sound
What's
that
up,
I
Miko?
would
How you
have to
doing?
hear like every fucking day. But anyway, so
Yeah,
I
for the
hear him back there
views, bro.
doing this,
What?
and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So I tell my stream, I'm like,
Crazy.
hey, guys, I'll be right back. I get up and I go talk to him, and I'm like, hey, what's going on? And he's like, Emmy, like, I hate all of you guys. Like, all you guys do is just take from me, and like, I'm just done. Like, I'm just done. And I was like, is this like
What?
really happening?
What is
'cause
that?
of Rush drops? And he was like, I don't know what else to do. He was like going off on me, like basically saying that he hated me. And I was like, well, I don't know what to do now. And he was like, go finish your stream so that people don't know
That's
anything's
wild.
wrong. And I stop in the bathroom outside my stream room, and I'm like, you know, checking my makeup, trying to make sure
100%
people
he
can't
better
tell
lose
that
in
I was like
court.
crying. And I'm only in there for like 30 seconds, and he comes and like looms in the doorway. He's like, what are you doing? And I'm like, oh, I'm just checking my makeup. So I go back and I stream for a couple hours
Bro, she's
to
shaking,
finish the
bro.
stream. Do my best to just like, you know, carry on the show basically. And yeah, after that, like I said, was when things started to get really fucking bad. It was like
Oh my
something
gosh,
just
bro.
snapped.
Why do stuff like this happen to people, man?
For
It's
the
not
rest of
even
the
funny.
week, he streamed the Rust event. He got
This
all
is
the
why you
drop
just can't,
viewers. I'm
like,
sure
be
he
friends
was
with anybody,
very
bro.
happy. I mean, good for
Or
him.
like do partner stuff with just anybody, you know. Like,
And
you
during
have
that
to be smart
time,
about
I
who you
obviously
choose to
was
be.
like thinking and processing
friends,
a lot
bro.
of what happened. But I mean, it was a lot because this person was at the time like kind of it was like my partner and my best friend and like the only person that like I really talked to ever, or like at least off stream. So I mean, it was a lot. But the very next stream, I went live about a week after that, and I announced that I was planning to move because I knew that I would have to move. So I was like, okay, I have to go live and say this so that, you know, kind of force myself to commit to it. Right? Does that make sense? Obviously, I didn't move out right away, but after like all of that Rust stuff happened was when the other domestic abuse stuff really started. He would destroy furniture in front of me. He would throw things in front of me and near me. Destroy walls. Again, you can go see this in some of his VODs in his bedroom, the holes in the wall. There would be times where he was upset at me and I would go to my stream room and literally lock myself in to get away from him, and he would be banging on the door and screaming at me.
Oh my gosh, bro.
At the time, he also would more often do things like going, like if we were driving in the car together, he would be going like 150 miles an hour, and like one time he even said like, well, now we're both gonna die, like threatening to kill both of us.
Wow.
And this wasn't like even necessarily because of me or like because of something I did a lot of the time. Like one of the times that it happened, it was because we were just getting food and he was on his phone and he saw that Mr. Beast had put out a video, and Mr. Beast had invited another streamer, and he was like, oh, Mr. Beast invited this guy to his video, not me. And I was like, oh, well, you know,
What
like,
are you so...
Yeah, I guess so. Which led to him going 150 miles per hour in the car and talking about killing himself while doing it.
She's talking about Mischief.
Other things would happen.
The guy,
like
the
I'd
Twitch
be
guy.
trying to sleep and he would scream at me and say that it was all my fault that he felt
No, he's
insecure.
definitely a demon, bro.
There was a time that
100%, bro.
I walked into a room
He
that he
sold
was
his
in,
soul to the devil, bro.
and
for
as soon
fame
as he
and
saw me
money.
there, he threw his phone at the
And
dresser
didn't get his way.
and started yelling because I had posted a YouTube video within the same couple of days as him, and mine was doing better. So basically, I felt like I was kind of stuck in a loop where I felt like I had to constantly perform and like prove my value to not be thrown away. But at the same time, if I ever performed too well, I was gonna be punished for it. And it just felt like a very rough situation to be stuck in because, I mean,
Bro, there's a
streaming's my
lot
hobby
she gotta
and my
say, bro.
job.
This
Like,
video's
it's a
like
huge part of
over
my
an
life,
hour long.
even before,
We're almost done, though.
you know, I met him and became like a larger creator. And I remember thinking all the time how it felt like he hated me, but he still wanted me around for his channel and like his thumbnails and everything. And this is still before I moved out. There was a time where it was the tension in the house was so unbearable that I would sneak out and I would sneak into Esfan's house using my code, and Esfan didn't know why I was doing this. He saw me a couple times. I'd be like, oh, I'm just gonna go take a nap in your guest room. He'd be like, yeah, that's fine. I would sneak into Esfan's house just to have some time of like peace and quiet. But eventually, he figured out where I was going, and he would go over to Esfan's house to keep telling me off. And there was a time that he did it, and I was laying in the guest room bed, and one of the roommates in that house had come to see like why I was crying, and they were standing in the corner, and he came in, and he was very physically aggressive. He was like, Emmy, like, what are you doing? Like, angry. And then as soon as he turned and saw this other person standing there, he instantly like deflated and changed his tone. He was like, oh,
Dang.
Emmy, I was wondering where you were.
That's
like, are
crazy.
you coming home? And that roommate like later asked me about it, and they were like, what the fuck was that? Like, are you okay? And I was just like, oh, it's nothing, because I felt like
Yo, this
a
guy
lot
has
of the reason
like
that I didn't
different,
tell the people
different
around me was
personalities,
because
bro.
I felt like no one would understand.
I don't
or
have
even if they
Valorant downloaded,
understood,
even if I wanted to play
it would just be a burden
gotta
to
download
them,
it.
because all of our streams and social circles and communities are so intertwined. I was like, maybe it's just better for me to
Imagine if he comes
deal
to
with
our
this
house,
and, like,
bro.
hope things get better.
That's what I was thinking,
basically.
bro. Like, what if he just pops up and behind the stream?
I honestly don't even remember
crazy.
what the final straw was that I finally was like, okay, it's time to go. Like, I prepared the house that I lived in before this one, like, pretty much immediately after the, like, breaking the front door thing happened, but
That would be
I was
crazy.
still, like, scared and unsure. So I don't remember what the final straw was, but I remember the day I took Cheddar to the house, because he just randomly started like screaming at Cheddar, was like, get that fucking cat out of my house. So I just
Yo.
grabbed Cheddar and put him in my car and grabbed his litter box and took him there, and I just left him there and never took him back to that house. And then I think like within several days after that was when I finally moved out. It was on
Take
very
care,
short
Miko.
notice. Like I said, I don't even remember what the final straw was because so many things happened, but there was a time when I just knew. I called some movers. I said, hey, can you come tomorrow? And they were like, yeah, and then I literally moved the next day. Moving out into the last house that I lived in was a huge step mentally, because like I said, a big part of why I moved into the first house in Texas in the first place was because I felt like it was the safest option for me, because, you know, I am a girl where it's like kind of scary for me to be living alone.
Smart
So
move.
it was very hard, and at the time, even though like all these other things had already happened, I was very hopeful that me and him could be cordial and like eventually like things would be fine, at least publicly, like for stream reasons, that, you know, everyone could just keep streaming like nothing had happened. And, you know, at the time I thought that would be the best thing to do, and I felt like if I, you know, separated myself from him
Anger
without
issues
explaining
about,
anything,
bro. He
people
has
that watched
everything in a
us
book,
wouldn't
bro. That's
understand
literally signs of like a
and
killer
would
right there. Literally,
attack
IRL.
me. I was yeah, I mean, it ended up happening anyway, so, but
I feel for her, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
yeah. After I moved out,
I wish I can trade
like
places
I said,
with her,
still
bro,
kept
so
in
I can beat him
contact.
up.
I had hope that somehow things would get better. He would always beg for me to come back, and he would promise therapy and change, and like
Nah, bro.
even talk to other people and like kind of present like, oh, I want to change, I want to be better for Emmy or whatever, you know. There was a short period in October where
Yeah, we
we had
playing some
broken
games
up
after this.
because, I mean, honestly, it doesn't matter now. And when that happened, I honestly felt relieved, because I was like, okay, finally, it's like on his terms, so that means he'll be satisfied and he'll be able to say it was his choice, and he'll leave me alone. Because whenever I would try to push for it, it just felt like I couldn't like really sever it, if that makes sense. But I mean, obviously, hence me doing this stream, that was not the end of it.
Why you want me to play Valorant, bro? Wait, Valorant? I haven't played that in
a week after
months.
this
Like
breakup,
literally. I try to stay away from that
he
game, bro.
asked to come
It's
over
too
to
many
my
bad
house
memories.
and talk for closure. He came to my house and I was crying like crazy because the emotions were just very high because I was dealing with a lot of major shifts in my life as a result of me attempting to start to try to distance myself from him.
Hey, she made a good move by moving out the house. That was one of the smartest moves she made.
So yeah, we were just
because it could have been a
talking
lot
and I
worse
was
if she didn't
crying
move.
a lot. He started to try to comfort me by hugging me while I was sitting on the couch and holding me really close to him. And when this was happening, we hadn't talked in quite a while, and I'm usually very uncomfortable with being touched a lot by people that I'm not in a relationship with. But I let him hold me while I was crying. And he started kissing me in my face, and I let him do it. I was still sobbing a lot. And then suddenly he
They were
tried
still
to climb
together,
on
right?
top of me and aggressively shoved his hand down my pants. And I screamed.
Wait, what?
Yeah. And when I screamed, he jumped off me like a cat, like. And instead of apologizing or checking if I was okay, he said,
Oh my.
I feel weird now. I feel like I did something wrong. I have to go. And he immediately left my house while I was still crying without checking if I was okay or anything. And at the time, I was still making excuses for him, and I was still afraid of causing trouble for other streamers around us, or like
That is
you
so
know,
messed up.
making things weird for viewers. I know that probably sounds crazy, but like I just felt this pressure, like I had to try to keep things together, if that makes sense. I felt like I'd caused trouble for so many other people.
Yeah, I
if
feel
ever
bad
said
for her,
anything
bro.
bad about him,
I
or
really
if I
do. I
caused
feel bad
rifts
for you,
in our
Melissa.
friend
I'm
group
sorry
or
for everything
streamer
that's
group.
going on in your life right now.
I tried to stay on good terms with him and hold everything in, and also I still cared
Oh my
about him a
gosh.
lot, and I still at that point
I
had
think we're on
hope
episode
that
4
things
now
would get
for
better. And that
Digital
he would
Circus.
improve. And he'd also always hammer into me
Wait, Hammer?
how he
Oh.
never physically abused me because he never hit me, and he would coach me and tell me to tell people or other streamers who were asking
Coach
about
you?
it because they were concerned. He would say tell them that I never hit you, make sure that they know that I never hit you. Around the same time, this was during OnlyFans 2, so I guess like December-ish.
That's
He
what
would,
I'm saying, bro. Why did she
often
let him
message
in?
me in the middle of my streams.
Yeah, I
and
seen
berate
3
me
already.
for things like playing the same class as him in WoW because he thought it would make people think that I was better than him. And again, like I said earlier, I felt like I was stuck in a constant loop where I had to perform well to not be thrown away. But if I performed too well, I was going to be punished. And
Wait, what?
I
Wait, what?
actually wanted
Perform
to
too well, you
show
get
some
punished.
of those messages. Because obviously a lot of these things,
What is this guy on, bro?
yeah, I'm not gonna fully read these out because I honestly just don't want to read them out, but I feel like I want to show them to like kind of show what I'm saying.
Dang, bro. She got like, how many? That's like over 20 screenshots right there, bro. You really don't like, you don't? What? You straight up don't because you're DS. Yeah, I know where this is going. I'm not dealing with it. I ask for a boundary and it's always crossed. You don't know boundaries? Bro, what? That's crazy. Hold on, let me read this one. Because you aren't a tank, you do not need to tank in dungeons. Now I'm going to get some it non-stop. Don't ever pull Argo. M is better. M this. I can't have anything. M. I'm just reading the messages from the guy, not her.
And I am planning to.
You guys can feel free to pause the stream and read it.
So if you want to read this later,
Not tank, just that simple. You already, bro. This guy can't even spell, bro. I told you you're going to get compared. No, you're another warrior can tank. I don't even know what that means. What is a warrior can tank?
That's fine, I guess. And again, this was all happening while
I didn't have another warrior in any of my groups today. Girl with 27k could have found a warrior. You can every time you just want to tank. I know. Oh, they're playing League of Legends. Okay. Because now you're going to get compared nonstop because now people are just going to say you're better. Because I told you this is when you first told me you want to play warrior and it's already happening and you just don't care about this stuff ever. Bro, he is like, this guy is selfish, bro.
I was live. You can literally go find the stream and see me trying to deal with this.
Don't, dude. I asked for one thing with you. Don't be a tank. Okay, they're talking about League of
While
Legends.
I'm live in the middle of a dungeon, trying to just play the fucking game.
Oh my gosh, bro. Oh my gosh. He's spamming messages and she's trying to ignore him. What are you doing, my friend, bro? You need serious help. Like, this guy needs serious mental help. The internet broke his mind, bro. This guy's broken. 100%. Let me handle all the hate, the criticism.
Do it. Let me handle all the hate, the criticism. The you're worse than Emmys. The Emmy is so much better. The people saying you're better in every chat. The comparisons is nobody will ever be on my side. Let me deal with it. You have fun. I asked you not to become a tank. You didn't listen. And now it's the classic, what was I supposed to do? I'm not dealing with this. And like I said, you can go find the stream. But for context, I was playing Warrior in World of Warcraft in like a level 24 dungeon. It was like Silverpine. Like, it was just like, it wasn't even like, it was like dog shit gameplay, I'm gonna be honest. Like,
what is he so like getting so aggressive about, bro?
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy. Yeah, you gotta leave that guy alone, bro. Melissa, you have to leave that guy alone, bro.
Read that later.
I'm glad she actually brought this to everybody's attention, bro. Like, to the streaming community and, the internet, bro. Because, like, if she didn't, bro, she would have probably ended up somewhere, like, in a grave or something, honestly. And then he would have ended up in jail.
I was constantly trying so hard to compromise with him because I wanted to...
She stopped.
I wanted to be cool and I wanted us to be able to coexist in the same streaming sphere. But I felt like I could never win, and he hated my whole existence. Like, ever since that one stream where I had, like, a little bit more viewers than him. And he would say that it was my fault that his stream was dying because most of his viewers liked me, and whenever he hit on another girl, they would be confused or not take it seriously because they knew that me and him were together privately. And he said if he would be able to hit on other girls and convince them that it was real, he would get his career back. That was like, started within the last couple of weeks that we spoke to each other. He started, saying terrible things to me about other streamers in Austin. In particular, one specific streamer who, I know there's a lot of people that know he has beef with certain streamers. It was not one of those streamers. It was someone who, to this day, has been nothing but nice to him. He would say horrible things about this person, like about them in their stream, and it was very hard to listen to. And just in general, he would say horrible things about other streamers in Austin, like, I quote, "I hate everyone here. You are all useless to me. You're worthless to me because it does nothing for my stream anymore to collab with any of you." And him saying that was the final straw for me. The day that he said that to me about other people, was the first day that I ever, for the first time, started to ignore his calls and messages. And because of that, he even threatened to come to my house if I didn't answer.
What?
But I did end up calling him back, and I spoke to him.
This
And I
is
basically
wild.
told him that I felt like I could finally see things for what they were. And he started panicking, and he was super apologetic, and he was saying he didn't want to lose me, which wasn't the first time that he like did something like that.
Yeah.
It was like, you know, basically begging me not to leave.
He's crazy, bro.
But
He's
that was definitely the
delusional
most
and
extreme
crazy.
time. And again, like I said, I always had the hope that things would be cordial.
Yeah,
or
this
that,
is the
you
end
know,
of his career, bro.
We could be fine with each
Put
other.
me on the
so
stage. Put me on the
I
stage,
agreed,
bro.
and
Put
we
me on
agreed we were
stage.
gonna talk about all of that.
Let me close the gap.
We talked about it about a week later, and instead of apologizing for anything, he basically told me
Please.
that he realized he needed to go to Japan
either,
and
bro.
LA to get his viewership back up, and he was basically too young to focus on friendships and relationships. And it was I mean, despite everything, like I said, I still cared about him, so it was still hard. And I mean, it was like a mix of feelings, you know, like I was devastated, but I was also so relieved.
Yeah.
But because of the past incidents during like other fights and times I would try to separate myself from him, past incidents during those times of him manipulating me into staying close with him and giving him more chances, sexually assaulting me, the abuse, and just him generally not being a very nice person. After that, I decided that the only solution and way for me to move forward, I made the hard decision, but I know now for sure the right one, was to finally completely cut contact with him.
A W.
I knew it'd be very hard
W.
because our careers and our communities were so intertwined,
W.
but I knew that I had to do it. There was no other choice. So
Let him go, bro. Just let him go.
I have not spoken to him since
W.
January of this year.
Wait, January of this year. It's October. Wait. Yeah, October 27th right now. October 27th, Monday. That's crazy, bro. That's actually insane.
It's been 10 months,
10 months.
but you think that's the end. It is unfortunately not. I haven't spoken to him since January of this year. It only took a couple of weeks, but soon the messages started. He has attempted to contact me over 40 times.
Oh
Over
my
40
gosh, dude. 40 times? This guy was in love, bro.
Times individually this
Delusional.
year in individual texts, Discord messages, Instagram DMs, and phone calls.
Ooh.
And
Ooh.
I'm just gonna show those.
I sent the sad story of me that occurred today in reactions. Alright, bet we'll watch it after.
And at first,
Dude, look at all these messages, bro. Hey, just to make sure you don't have recordings of me, right? I'm getting harassed like you do, and I'm assuming it's nothing. Do you know why I'm removed from everything? Why am I kicked from OTK? Nobody's answering my calls, and I don't want to bother you, but I'm panicking and I don't understand what's happening. Oh my gosh, bro.
At first it starts simple, be confusing messages or like him expressing he was worried about things.
Can we communicate so I don't feel isolated
like,
and hated by
First it wasn't anything
my
weird.
own organization? I just want to be okay with each other, and I feel with our streams and the lives we haven't. I come home. He's trying to manipulate her, bro, to come back. These messages are like, they're like traps. Can we talk later? Tomorrow? Can we talk, please? I really need to tell you things. Oh my gosh, bro. Please call me. I've been nothing but miserable without you. Oh my gosh, bro.
Of my last stream.
Oh my gosh. Oh, hold on. My bad. That's wild. Hey, would you be like talking?
This is not someone who loves or cares about you.
Hey, I know it's been a while. I just want to say that I'm going back to Houston next week, and I think that you and I should at least be able to talk and communicate with each other. Bro, look at all these messages, bro. This is diabolical, bro. A man sending another woman over the internet all these messages after no contact is crazy. Crazy. He definitely doesn't love himself for sure. If we can't communicate and we're going to continue to not talk, this is only going to get weirder. So we're both invited to the same things constantly and we are both involved. Hey, I'm sorry, a day has gone by. Oh my gosh, bro. I love you. I always have, and I know now I never stopped. Dude, this man is sending paragraphs to her, bro. Dude, this is crazy. Hey, can we talk while you're here? A simple conversation will go very far for the both of us. The lack of communication is very confusing, and I've been wanting to talk to you for a while. Yeah, this is a guy where you just have to let him go, bro. He has to find a way to like reconnect with his life, his mental issues that he has. Like,
and keep in mind, this is only things that he sent to me. I can't document all the things that people told me that he was saying.
This is making me overwhelmed right now. I'm not gonna lie.
And
the amount of messages she has been sent is crazy.
Side note, I guess. I would like to highlight this message because doesn't really matter, but I ran it through a ChatGPT checker and all the highlights. Like I said, doesn't really matter. I just thought it was interesting. But
yeah, this is crazy.
Yeah.
This is crazy, bro. This is diabolical, bro.
Like I said at first,
I'm sorry for you. I'm so sorry for you right now, bro.
The messages were just simple things. Like, him saying he was worried about things or saying no one was talking to him, which I don't think was even true at the time. I think he was just saying that to try to guilt me into responding to him.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about that, of course. This also extended to in-person interactions.
Oh, the video's almost over.
Because initially, I made the mistake of thinking
she had a lot to talk about, bro.
Through
and I'm trying to hear
private
her out,
communication,
bro. I'm not trying to be
and
disrespectful.
we would be fine going to the same events and parties and
20
such.
minutes left.
I also had to start. Hold on, I'm still fucking sick.
Yeah, that's crazy, bro.
I made the mistake of thinking that I only had to cut him off through personal, private communication. But I also had to start avoiding going to the same parties or places I was worried he'd be in person. Because this was after he came back from his first trip to Japan. There was a party that I attended several months after I first went into contact with him. I was aware that he would be there.
Wait, what are you sad about?
I thought it'd be fine. I thought it wouldn't be a big deal. I thought I'll just let him have his space. I'll have my space. You know, it's not a big deal. We're adults, right? During this party, I felt like he was following me around and monitoring me, but I thought that I was just being paranoid. I was like, it's probably just in your head. I was hanging out with Nick and Catchy and a couple other friends. And at some point, Nick was like, it's too fucking loud down here. Let's go upstairs. No one's upstairs. let's just go, chill in a room and like talk where it's not so loud. And I was like, okay. So they, as a group, went upstairs first without me, but it took me a bit longer to get up there because someone like stopped me and was talking to me. And I did feel like, he was like standing pretty close to that person. I felt like he was watching me, but again, I thought I was just being paranoid. But I went upstairs. I was hanging out with Nick and Catchy and, our other friends. And then about 30 minutes later, the room that we're in, the door opens. It's Miz. He opens the door, makes eye contact with me, goes, ooh, and then closes the door and leaves. And I was like, what the fuck? But again, I was still trying my best to, give the benefit of the doubt. Like, maybe it's just like,
bro, what?
An awkward situation or something. But a couple months later, the person that he was hanging out with that night reached out to me privately and was apologizing. And I was like, why? And they're like, I just felt like I had to apologize to you because I felt so bad and so embarrassed of what was going on. Like, yes, he wanted to see what you were doing. He was saying, like, I want to go see what's upstairs, and he was checking every room. And then after he opened the room that you were in with Nick, he closed the door and started laughing, and then he just wanted to talk about, how you guys broke up for the next, like, however many hours of the night. So I was like, wow, okay, that's good to know, I guess. The next...
It's the story I sent, and I'm just getting bullied a lot at school and something I'm very insecure about. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, bro. We'll watch the video.
Story, that I want to tell
Shouldn't be sad, though. Don't be sad.
What happened to me, Valkyrae, and Cinna.
I'm live, so you shouldn't be sad.
Earlier this year, when...
Be happy.
We were attacked at the Santa Monica Pier. Because, that was obviously... Hold on, let me close all these fucking texts. I don't want to look at them. They're still on my desktop. Where was I? Yeah, so, yeah, it happened March 3rd of this year. A lot of people were talking about it, talking about how me, Ray, and Cinna were attacked. Which was not an issue. Like, we had no issue with that. Like, obviously, it's big news. People are going to talk about it. It should be talked about. We had, like, no issues with anyone talking about it and covering it, and that included him. I was fine with that. He joined in on that whole thing of people going live to talk about it. And again, I'd like to remind people at this point, we were already a couple months into me being no contact with him, making it clear I didn't want anything to do with him. And so during this stream, he was covering what happened to me, Ray, and Cinna. He decided that he was going to tell more of my personal stalker stories that I've never personally talked about or shared publicly myself. And one of these stories was one that, like, no one knew at all, and, like, it just felt so shitty because at the time that those things happened, like, all the people that lived in that area together, we all came together and we all kind of decided, and this was heavily pushed by him, we should never talk about this because, people are gonna be weird, it puts Emmy in more danger, and, it gives people ideas, so we're never gonna talk about it. But, of course, as soon as there's some big drama that he's not involved in, and he finds a way to, bring up, oh, I was there for something that happened to Emmy, he does it. He was on a stream talking about these personal stories of mine, and I caught wind of it. And by the way, it was also so frustrating not saying anything at this time because the way he told those stories, he kind of framed himself as, like, the hero. He was like, oh, I held the stalker at gunpoint. No. The only person who ever came into contact face to face with that stalker before the police came was Bonnie. Bonnie is the person who found that guy outside, went inside, told everyone, called the police. The police came. All Miz did was he stood far away from the front door, behind glass and metal, with a gun. Yeah, I mean, I understand. Still very scary, but why are you acting like if anyone deserves credit for that, it's Bonnie. Like, it's literally stolen valor. I'm so glad I finally get to say that, because she is the one who, like, kept everyone in those two houses safe, not him. Anyway, back to the original thing, the Ray and Cinna stuff. So, I was obviously panicking. Like, I just had this horrible thing happen to me the night before. It was like huge, like public, millions of people seeing it. And then my crazy ex-boyfriend is going live talking about more of my personal stuff. And I'm like crying, and Cinna and Ray are like, what's wrong? And I tell them, and I'm like panicking. I'm like, I need to call so-and-so, I need to call so-and-so, I need to call so-and-so. Like these different people that I was like, they can contact him, because I did not want to contact him. So, Ray, Cinna, some of me and Miz's mutual business partners, and Asmongold were all messaging him to stop. And by the way, Asmongold told me that he tried to call Miz while he was talking, and
Bro,
it
you
rang
missed a
3
bunch of stuff,
times,
bro.
and then
It was
hung up.
crazy.
Which means
She's
that
getting
he
to that
saw
climax
it,
of things,
and
though.
he
This is
just
the
wanted to
ending.
be able to keep talking, because yeah. Anyway, just
It's too
a little
much to
note.
just re-say over, bro. You missed a lot.
I don't know exactly what like the other people said to him, but Ray and Cinna told me that they were messaging him being like, bro, like, stop, what are you doing? Like, why are you doing this? And he was messaging them, who were also equally as traumatized as me, of course. They had gone through the same thing. Oh, what am I doing wrong? I'm letting people know what, girls go through. Was that your job? Well, anyway, yeah, that all happened a couple of months into me being no contact with him. And yeah, he was arguing with Ray and Cinna while they're trying to be like, bro, like, stop, like, you're making it worse.
Facts.
He finished talking about my stuff and then reacted to Cinna and Ray's whole stream where they were crying, addressing their communities, made sure to react to that, and then immediately went offline. So yeah, that was a terrible weekend. I got threatened to be stabbed, and then the next day, my weird ex was going live trying to self-insert so that he could make sure to farm his own clips. After that incident, his attempts to talk to me only ramped up, which I showed those texts. We went back to Japan, and during that trip, he was texting, calling me, trying to call me quite a lot, begging me to take him back. And at the same time, I heard that he was reaching out to quite a few other streamers who know both of us. And he was crying to them about how he wanted to get back together and how he thought someday we would reconnect and eventually get married.
That's
think-
definitely not happening,
I don't think
bro.
he even meant that, but I hope not.
That's
But I
definitely not
assume he
happening.
did that with the hope that they would relay the messages back to me since I wasn't talking to him. And I mean, some of them did. I also had a couple other streamers report to me that he would obsessively watch my stream and not in a like, oh, I wonder what Emmy's doing right now way, or like having my stream open. Like, he would be obsessively and attentively hate watching my stream, like watching my stream and just saying horrible things almost every time that I've been live this year. And they tell me that he would want to discuss how he believed I still wanted him. Interesting, considering I never replied. And he would ask other guys if they thought I had slept with anyone this year. They'd be like, I don't fucking know, man. And then They told me he would say stuff like, no, there's no way she's done that. She's not like that. And she's probably waiting for me.
The video's an hour and
really
28 minutes, bro.
Gross stuff like that. And a couple of streamers in LA also told me that he was telling people that me and him still talk all the time, but we simply weren't together anymore.
That's cap.
Because I was too mature and I was not ready. I was too immature. But yeah, you could see from the messages I showed. I'm not sure if people can go back and read them. He was begging me to take him back for the majority of this year, which was 7 or 8 months total. And like I said, some of those messages were even, I believe, ChatGPT. Not that it really matters. It's just interesting, right? As of today,
my boy
it's
doesn't
been
know when to
about
let
2
go.
months since he has attempted to contact me directly. I think because about 2 months ago is when he started kind of getting scared that I might have been telling people things, which again, I wasn't going out of my way to do it, but if anyone ever asked me, I wasn't gonna lie to them. I mentioned this at the beginning before I started fully telling the story. I heard from my friends, other streamers, and my employees that he had cooked up a plot that if I ever tried to talk about him, about the abuse or anything else, he would try to go live and say that I killed my rabbits. And I was told that he approached several streamers who were around us a lot when we lived together and asked if they would basically back him up, and they refused. Obviously, they're not insane.
Yeah, this guy's insane.
And even something happened this weekend.
Holy, this guy's
at
insane.
TwitchCon. One of my employees told me he went up to them and he threatened them, saying, if Emmy ever tries to talk about me, I will destroy her.
Wait, what?
And within the same night, he also texted one of my best friends, and he would have known that I would have been with this girl. He texted her saying, hey, worried about her, hope she's okay. Right after he just said to my employee and other people that he was gonna try to destroy my life. Yeah, all in the same night. And, yeah, that was Saturday, so that pretty much leads us to today. I feel like it's clear I've spent the last year of my life cutting him off and building a new life.
I low-key
want to
hear his side of the story, but this is pretty much summing up both
to move
sides.
On peacefully without causing any drama.
This is Melissa,
I did
bro.
not want to
She's a
do
Twitch
this.
streamer.
At
this point, I don't know if I should even watch this video.
A lot of other creators actually told me that after
his story is so
other
dumb.
allegations in 2022, if I wasn't the first person to stand up for him and start appearing on his channel again, they do not think that they would have gone back to helping him with his content. So I always tried to keep things private, always tried to make things better, had hope that things would get better, tried to be supportive, and my thanks that I got for all of that was abuse and resentment, and for all of 2025, all of this year, harassment and hatred from him and his community, while he was the whole time secretly begging for me to take him back behind the scenes. I've taken a lot of steps already. As I said, it's apparent. I've taken a lot of steps to restructure my life and be a lot more careful about who I help and who I invest my time and my care into.
Good choice. W.
I felt like this was a necessary stream because, like I said at the very beginning.
See, chat, this is why you have to invest your time. You have to be very cautious and careful with who you pick and choose in your life to invest your time and money and effort into, bro, because you never know who that person can truly be once they really open up to you, bro.
I have heard that he has done things to other people that aligned with some of my own experiences, so I felt like it would be wrong for
This
me to
is
keep holding on to all this
crazy.
information. I know I stayed for way too long, and I thought that I could help, and I unfortunately learned that I couldn't, but I worked really hard to have the life that I have now with my friends, my family, my pets, and my community, and I'm so grateful for how things are now. It was very difficult, but I'm very proud of myself for making the choices that I did to end up where I am now. And yeah, that's my story of dealing with abuse, psychological and domestic abuse, sexual assault, and stalking, and being threatened on if, you know, I ever talked about it. And this whole time, it's been kind of hidden in plain sight away from hundreds of thousands of people.
It'd be like that sometimes, honestly, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
This is about Mischief and Melissa, and what, you know, has been going on behind the scenes for the past 3 years with her and Mischief, bro. Crazy, bro. Crazy.
I know that me saying
Does
all
this mean
this,
I can be weird too, bro? Hey. No.
probably isn't gonna make him or what's left of his community leave me alone. But sorry, voice crack. I know talking about this probably won't make him or sorry. Probably won't make him or what remains of his community leave me alone. But I'm at least glad that people will be aware of all of this now, and I won't have to feel like I'm hiding a terrible dark secret anymore. And it's all out there now.
W Melissa, bro.
And
W Melissa.
I also want to make it clear that not everyone that I interact with or that I'm friends with knew the extent of the things that were happening. And a lot of streamers didn't really know anything at all, but I mean,
Yeah, you already said that.
like I said before, people are
Hey, at the end of the day, bro, she made a fire choice. You know what I'm saying? Of letting go, because sometimes, you know, when you are in a relationship like that, it's kind of hard to let go of somebody that, like, you know, someone you like really truly care about. But she is the one who took control, and she physically let go, bro. Because I feel like, honestly, if she didn't let go, and if she would have kept letting that stuff happen to her, bro, honestly, she probably wouldn't even be making this stream right now. She'd probably be dead. Honestly. There's a lot of cases on streamers where they ended up dead, bro, and there's like dark like stories behind why it happened. And it was just too late because they never they never let go. They never, took it into consideration to care about themselves more than that other person, bro. So at the end of the day, W Melissa, bro, she did good, bro. I'm not gonna lie. That was a beautiful. Hopefully she gets well. I know she's still probably going through some stuff, bro. But dang, bro, that's crazy. Actually crazy. That's crazy, man. Isn't it crazy how like you never really know who someone truly is behind the scenes, bro? You never know, bro. Like, you never know. It can be someone so close to you, and you would never know, bro, until it actually happens.